Good morning, everyone. In my prayer time with God, God said something to me that I think a lot of people need to hear. Even if one person, two people, three people hear it. God said, would you rather be a servant for me, or would you rather be a slave for Satan? No matter how free we think we is, no matter how free we think we're living in a free world, you're still a slave to something, or you're still serving somebody in your life. Either way, you could serve God, or you could be a slave to Satan. No matter how good you think you are, or whatever, people think a lot of times when they don't do anything bad, or they're neutral, they're not doing anything wrong. But when you don't evangelize, when you don't tell people your testimony, when you don't lead people into truth, you're still not doing what God told you to do. So just because you're not saying anything, or you think you're not doing anything wrong or bad, you're still not telling people. You're still not opening up your mouth when you go to the grocery store, telling somebody what God did for you, or sharing a small testimony, telling somebody about God. You're still not doing what you're supposed to do. So you might as well go ahead and serve Satan, because you're not saying anything to anybody. Or you might be afraid to say something to people. Like me, I used to think I had anxiety and I didn't like to talk to people. But that's still a form of disobedience and not doing what God told you to do. So being a servant, and I looked it up, I was like, what is a servant? A servant is, to me, the way I look at it, serving someone. I would rather serve God. When I go to the restaurant and people, they're serving me, I notice that being a good server, or a server that works for tips, that they serve you really well. They're really nice. They come to you, ask you what do you need, and they do it with joy, and they do it with a smile, because they know they're looking for a tip. And I love to tip. I love to tip when I go to restaurants. I get joy out of tipping people, because I appreciate the service that they provide for me. So when we are servants to God, we have to be looking for something. Like, okay, God, I'm going to do a good job, even though I know I'm supposed to do this anyway. But when we serve God, it's always a reward in the end. It's always a good reward in the end. But when we're a slave to Satan, where you're forced to do something, you're forced to live for him, you're forced to do the things that he wants you to do. And he mistreat us when we live for him. He trick us, and then he mistreat us. He use us. He abuse us. He